Captain America Brave New World is a 35th MCU film. Now let's rank them. So 2025 was going to be a good year for Marvel because we had 3 movies that were being added to the MCU universe. That was Captain America 4, aka Brave New World, Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four. Last year, all we had was Deadpool and Wolverine. That was the only film that was added. So it's crazy how we only had 1 last year. Now we have 3. I'm going to try to rank these as fast as possible with some little intel. I do base my list mostly on epicness, rewatchability, and essentially first impressions, because maybe a movie will grow on me, but maybe I just haven't given it the right chance. Maybe I haven't rewatched it many times, or maybe I only saw it once, you know? There are a total of 35 films, including Captain America 4. I don't have any TV shows or anything like that because obviously I said movies, not TV shows, which I feel like we probably would have more movies if it wasn't for all those TV shows. And the only one that I kind of don't regret having is WandaVision. I love me some WandaVision, and if it was a movie, it would be my number 1. Number 35, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. So I do have a confession. I might have fallen asleep during this movie, but wait. My excuse is that I did watch it in 3D, and I'm not used to watching movies in 3D, so like I knocked out for a little bit. But I did rewatch the movie, and the movie was still terrible. I did not enjoy the movie. I feel like it was everywhere. And I love Ant-Man. Don't get me wrong. I love Paul Rudd. I love Ant-Man. I kind of am happy in a way because of the way the MCU is going now. Kind of ditching the whole Kang storyline. Like, we kind of don't really have to worry about Quantumania. We kind of forget about it. At number 34, another movie that I forget about is Thor: The Dark World. While I'm sure it has some fans out there, I am not one of them. I don't believe I've rewatched this movie in like definitely more than 5 years. So, and I don't know if I plan to. Maybe just to give it not a second chance. I think it might be like the 3rd or 4th chance. But I don't know. We'll see. Because it's not something that I'm going to be like, oh my God, I feel like watching Thor: The Dark World. Anyways, at number 33 is The Incredible Hulk. I've only seen this film once, and it was good. It was good. It's a good Hulk film. Edward Norton was great as Bruce Banner, and yeah, no comments. At number 32, we have Iron Man 2. For the record, I'm not a huge Iron Man fan, so like, I don't really care for the Iron Man trilogy. Don't hate me, but yeah. So we have Iron Man 2. You know, I mean, I'm trying to think of nice things to say. I'll just leave it at that. Iron Man 2 is number 32. Number 31, we have Ant-Man and the Wasp. Just, I don't know. Unfortunately, the Ant-Man movies always feel small. No pun intended. But they just don't do it for me. I love Paul Rudd. Like I said, I love Ant-Man. The original Ant-Man, I love. This one, not so much. At number 30, we have Captain Marvel. Yeah, I know a lot of haters will probably put Captain Marvel as their least favorite Marvel film. But I'm not that hater. I love Brie Larson. I think she did an amazing job. I think she's super overhated. I don't know why people hate her. But I'm a Captain Marvel fan. At number 29, speaking of movies that people hate, is Thor: Love and Thunder. Thor: Love and Thunder was such a big disappointment. I don't hate it like other people do. I thought it was enjoyable, but it was still disappointing. I walked out like, meh. I had a meh feeling, and meh feelings are never good. Never good when you come out of a Marvel film. I just feel like it was trying so much to be Thor Ragnarok like 2.0 that it like didn't succeed in anywhere where Thor Ragnarok did succeed. At number 28, we have Captain America 4, Brave New World. I did enjoy the movie. I thought it was a solid film, but I just feel like at this point in the MCU, we need something that's like breathtaking, something that's going to be like, oh, I'm so intrigued in what's yet to come, because you're losing fans. You know, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is losing fans. People just don't care as much anymore. And we need every film now from here on out needs to be groundbreaking in a way. 27, we have Iron Man 3, no notes. So number 26, Thor. I really actually enjoyed Thor. I thought Thor, like, I don't know. It's just so, like, it feels very small in a way compared to all the other MCU films, but it has Thor, you know? I think that's where we initially saw that Chris Hemsworth can be actually funny. At number 25, we have The Marvels. I still have yet to rewatch it ever since I saw it in theaters. I know for sure the movie is too short. I know the movie can feel a little sloppy, but we are introducing basically Captain Marvel, which is technically her sequel, but we're also introducing a Miss Marvel and Monica Rambeau. And so obviously that's a lot of characters for one film, especially because the movie was like way under 2 hours. But I do remember having a fun time with it. At number 24, Black Widow, the movie that was definitely overdue. I think Yelena really saved this movie for me. I think she was my favorite part of Black Widow. I do miss Scarlett Johansson, but like, we can't keep focusing on the past because we also have to progress the future. So I feel like if this movie would have came out maybe 2016, 2017, it would have been perfect. It would have fit right in. People would have enjoyed it. But unfortunately, it just came out a little too late. Next up, we have Spider-Man Homecoming. Spider-Man Homecoming is a solid film. I feel like a lot of Spidey fans really like it. I don't think there's anything like super special about it, but I do enjoy the movie. At number 22, we have Ant-Man. I love Paul Rudd. I think Paul Rudd is hilarious. Ant-Man was a perfect character for him. And hopefully we get to see him again, but maybe not in his own movie. At number 21, Doctor Strange. I feel like Doctor Strange was such a good movie because I feel like it was one of the first ones that came out with a character that nobody really knew, aside from like the original Avengers. And it was a nice piece of change. It was nice to like actually invest yourself into like his world. And Stephen Strange became like one of my favorite characters. At number 20, we have one of the most hated movies of all time, The Eternals. I love The Eternals. I love The Eternals when I saw it. Yes, the movie is full of characters. It's so many characters for the size of the film it is. Yes, it would have been amazing as a TV show. I said that from the very beginning. I was like, it would have been amazing introducing each character within an episode. It would have been beautiful. Don't know why they didn't go that route, but yeah. Also, I'm still waiting for Harry Styles. When is he gonna come into the MCU? At number 19, we have Spider-Man Far From Home. I feel like this is such a fun film. I think Mysterio is like one of the best. I don't love Jake, but I love Mysterio. Number 18, we have Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I still haven't rewatched the film, but I thought it was beautiful. I thought this was such a beautiful film. Namor was such a great addition. I was in love. Just everything about this film was perfection to me. At number 17, we have Captain America, The First Avenger. I feel like this is a great, solid film. It's not perfect by any means, but this was also the first MCU film I saw in theaters. So, like, it kind of has that going for it in my books. At number 16, we have Shang-Chi. Where is the sequel? Simu is waiting. The fans are waiting. We need the sequel. Shang-Chi was such a strong film, and I'm surprised that we haven't gotten Shang-Chi 2. At number 15, we have the movie that started it all, Iron Man. Yeah, it probably should be up higher, but it's not. At number 14, we have Thor Ragnarok. Everyone kind of loves this movie, so I don't really think I need to explain why I love it. I think Hela is amazing. I think the soundtrack for this film was amazing. I think Chris Evans... I think Chris Hemsworth really solidified his role as Thor. And Thor Ragnarok is everything that Thor Love and Thunder wanted to be. At number 13, we have Black Panther. Beautiful film. Chadwick Boseman. Amazing. At number 12, we have Captain America Civil War, aka Avengers 2.5. At 11, we have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Definitely the weaker of the trilogy. And that's actually crazy because like that trilogy is like the best trilogy. Hands down. At number 10, I'm probably the only one that has this in their top 10 movies, but that is Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Yes, I am a little biased because I do love Wanda, and even though she wasn't like represented accurately, especially after the events of WandaVision, I still loved seeing her on the screen, and I'm still upset that we have yet to see a solo Scarlet Witch movie. Which, by the way, if it would have been released in 2022, 2023, that movie would have made $1 billion. I said what I said. Number 9, we have the OG Avengers. That movie was beautiful, cinematic. Love it, love it, love it. If you got to see that in theaters back in 2012, you know that magical feeling. I've never been a fan of like comic books myself. So when I saw the movie in theaters in 2012, I was like, oh my goodness, this is actually amazing. No, I didn't start reading comic books after, but I watched all the movies. At number 8, we have Avengers Age of Ultron. While yes, it may be the weakest Avengers film, I feel like it's still a good sequel, and it introduced us to Scarlet Witch. At number 7, we have Deadpool and Wolverine. It was just beautiful to see Deadpool and Wolverine both back together in the MCU. And the film was a really, really fun time, and I feel like we haven't had a fun time like that in quite a while. So it was a nice breath of fresh air. At number 6, we have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I don't have it higher because I don't want to cry. I'm always crying in that movie. At number 5, we have Spider-Man No Way Home. It's crazy to think that this movie would have made so much more money if it didn't come out during the pandemic. I mean, don't get me wrong, it made a lot of money. At number 4, we have Guardians of the Galaxy. Don't get me wrong, Volume 2 and Volume 3 are amazing, and I feel like they're all really good, but nothing beats the original. I still remember 2014 going to the theater, and I'm like, why am I watching this? Like, I don't know anything about the characters, you know? But we trusted Marvel so much that we didn't care. And I feel like this was kind of like the turning point for Marvel, where they decided, you know what, we could take a comedic route. After they saw the success of Guardians of the Galaxy, I feel like they were like, you know what, we can make things a lot more funnier. Because I feel like after that point, we saw things progress and become funnier, you know, like without trying too hard, of course. At number 3, we have my favorite Captain America movie, The Winter Soldier. I mean, I literally think this film is perfect. Like, you could disagree with me. I don't care. I love Cap. I love everybody in Captain America, The Winter Soldier. You know what? I'm going to watch it right now. At number 2, we have Avengers Infinity War. Nothing beats that feeling from walking out of that theater feeling empty. I still remember I saw it with my friend. I want to cry. Oh my goodness. I still remember when I went to go see it with my friend. We both walked out at the end of the movie and we're like, what did we just watch? What did we just witness? We felt empty. I felt sad. I felt sad. And that's the only reason I have it at number 2 is because it didn't give us a conclusion. It didn't give us a conclusion. It was the stepping stone to the number 1 movie in the MCU, which is, and unfortunately will always be, Avengers Endgame. Don't worry, I'm also one of those people that hate when people say Avengers Endgame will never be topped. But unfortunately, it will never be topped. The way everything was built up to that point was beautiful. It was cinematic. If you weren't there, I'm sorry, but you missed out. You missed out on the feeling that we got, you know? I'm so happy I was at that age where I was able to go and keep up with the entire cinematic universe, you know? Like, everyone's always going to remember where they were when Endgame was released. Well, anyways, enough of me yapping. That was 35 MCU films ranked. We do have Thunderbolts coming in May and Fantastic Four in July, so expect another version of this video in the future. But for now, you know, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.